I've been told countless times that the most expensive boat you could ever own is a free boat. Today, I'm gonna attempt to rescue this free abandoned boat from Facebook Marketplace and hopefully get her back on the water for the first time in a long time. This is a 1963 14-foot Sea King on the original 1963 trailer and came separately with a 1968 9.8 Mercury outboard. So I got the boat, brought it here, did get it fired up, but it needed some parts. I've been waiting on those parts for like 3 to 4 months, so it was abandoned, and then it got re-abandoned by me. I did it again, sorry. It is somehow in worse condition by far than when I got it, and now none of the tires hold air, so not good at all. So today, I'm gonna try to get it lake ready, and by the end of this video, we're gonna see if it sinks. There she goes. Now it should not take long at all for water to start pumping. Yeah, it's backfiring pretty bad too. All right, so I've already taken a look at these spark plugs and I found out that they went out of production in the mid-'80s. Now, I'm not saying that these are the original plugs from 1968, but they definitely need changed. And here is the spark plug in case you have a similar motor and are looking for a cross-reference. Look at that difference. Like a glove, baby. That alone should make a pretty big difference, not only on how easy it starts, but maybe that's the misfire. Something tells me that's a carburetor issue, but for now, we're gonna put the cowling back on and dig into the lower. There is just so much crap. I'm not even sure what this is. It is just filthy. This motor was seriously neglected. This impeller is completely fried. Let's get this plate off and check it out. This plate is completely rusted as well. Oh my gosh, dude, this thing is fried. What a drastic difference. Get them all kind of facing the right way. Oh no, it came out. I would not necessarily say this is going well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was a struggle to get this lower unit back in this motor. Flipping it upside down made a huge difference to be able to see everything that you need to line up in there. So then I just started kicking this thing back and forth and it just slid in. The guy I got this from said that he can almost be 100% certain that there is a bunch of old fuel stuck in there. I can guarantee this thing is pretty dirty. Bring us a couple Dr. Peppers. Get on, kitten, get us some Dr. Peppers. Well, this could potentially be part of our problem. That is spraying fuel everywhere. Okay, it's not leaking, I just primed it. The carburetor must not be getting any fuel for some reason. I know exactly what my issue is. The fuel was making it into the top of the bowl, but not entering the bowl. The needle wasn't stuck. This is the tip of my needle. It disintegrated. This is what the needle was sitting in, and look at that. There's the tip of it clogging that jet. Boom, found it. It was a fuel issue, dadgummit. You could not see daylight through this little jet before. Now you can. This stupid little thing screwed way up into the top of this was the issue. Wow. If you're anything like me, you like two things: offshore fishing and cheap boats. But now I have a baby on the way, so I need to start taking safety a little bit more serious. And that's why today's video is sponsored by Redivis, and they have supplied me with 2 of their RM15 VHF radios. And these are marine radios, so right off the bat, they're already a win because not only are they waterproof, they also float. The RM15 is a 6-watt high-power VHF marine radio, which ensures strong signal penetration, providing reliable communication even in challenging maritime environments. And it also has a 1.7-inch COG dot matrix screen for
clean, clear visibility in any conditions. It also has a 1,000 milliwatt audio speaker for loud, clear, unobstructed communication. And of course, it has to be waterproof, float, rust resistant, and easy to see and hear in an emergency situation.
That's so cool.
And finally, they have international maritime emergency channels preset. And what I think is super cool is it's also pre-programmed with NOAA weather channel updates, providing real-time updates on storms, wind patterns, and any significant changes or dangers while you're out on the water. Invest in you and your family's safety today by checking out the Retevis RM15 Marine Radio with the link in my description.
And after waiting 4 months, I got a different needle setup for a different carburetor. This is probably not gonna go well, but I cannot find another needle for this vintage outboard anywhere. So this may be a lost cause, but this is my last ditch effort. Kicking. Hear it. Yeah. All right. It is 100 degrees outside. This thing is now misfiring, which I thought it was just backfiring at first, but now it's way worse. I got it to turn over. I got it to run. That was a major improvement over the last time we had this thing. So I think the plan is we're taking the L on the free motor because that motor was literally free. It wasn't even supposed to come with a free boat. So it was double free. Anyway, we'll hang on to that. We'll work on that on another video. So I think tomorrow we're gonna go to the lake because I don't even know if this boat floats or if the trailer will even make it there because we know we've got 2 dry rotted tires, so. Yeah, let's put the Honda on it and see if this thing floats. No idea if this is gonna work or not, but that is pretty stinking flat. Definitely gonna need some new wheels. I don't think that's gonna make it to the lake. It's like 45 minutes away. We're gonna try. We'll see how well it holds air overnight. This is the wheel that was bone flat yesterday, but it's actually holding the exact same PSI, so it's leaked 0 air. But we do have a significant amount of dry rot, so hopefully we will make it there. I'm a little stressed out about that. Our transom is pretty much almost gone, so hopefully we don't lose a motor today. And we got the license plate. Everything is legal, registered, and ready to go for this abandoned boat. And I guess I'll just leave all this crap in here for now, and whatever I don't want, we will throw it in the truck, and whatever I want to play with, we will leave it in the boat. Rotted transom, rotted tires. I think the trailer's okay. Let's see how this abandoned boat goes. All right, we have to make it 45 minutes there and 45 minutes back on these completely dry rotted tires. A little nervous, but I was doing some research last night on the motor. Bad news, I was looking at some of like, you know, the ignition stuff and the CDI boxes, stuff like that. Things that, you know, if it doesn't have spark, could be something else, but, you know, let's say that we are missing spark on a cylinder. One cylinder is just down. You know, I found that for the 1968 9.8 Mercury, it is hard to source parts. It is expensive, way more expensive than even my 80s outboard. So yeah, unfortunately, I think that motor would be an absolute money pit. I think it would actually make more sense to buy another parts motor for like $200-300 bucks and hope the stuff on there is good, but even that's still a gamble. So I do really think we took an L, not only because it's going to be super expensive to fix, but also because you can't really even fix it if you wanted to, because a lot of the stuff I couldn't even find. So I could find new carburetors, but I fixed the carb, that's fine. So I think we did take an L. Probably take like $300 bucks to get that thing back up and running, just because you have to buy a parts motor, maybe 2. So I'm already down, let's say $300 bucks on this free boat. But that's just the motor. We got to get the boat off the trailer and then see how bad the trailer really is, or even if it makes there at all. I'm nervous. It is going to be over 100 degrees today. I do not want to be on the side of the road, and I don't have a jack, so I would probably just abandon it on the side of the road. All right. Made it like 5 minutes down the road. This thing is stressing me out. Oh my gosh, we have lost a lot of debris back here. All right, let's hit it. Please don't kill anybody on the highway.
All right, we made it. Everything's intact. I do see a lot less debris in the boat, so that's good for me, bad for everybody else. Yeah, look how much cleaner it is now. But we've got a replacement motor, the Honda 5 horsepower. Gonna go a lot slower than that 10 horsepower was supposed to go, but at least we know it'll work. Anyway, let's check out the trailer. Honestly, it would cost probably $10 to resurface these bunks. I know they look funky, but this is actually absolutely perfect. The lights, they work great, and it looks like still holding air. Very nice to see. Very little rust. We've got some springs, interesting suspension from the 60s, but it was wired really, really well. The rollers look like they're definitely good enough. This little keel stop up here is perfect. The winch is basically new, and I think it does have a new jack. So honestly, this is the first time I've really had a good look at the trailer with the boat off of it, and it looks great. Maybe 10 bucks worth of work that needs to be done. Well, I forgot about the $80 set of wheels, but that's honestly not that bad. This thing is actually sick. If I don't end up keeping the boat, I might end up keeping the trailer. Not ideal. Also didn't grease the hubs either. All right, we have made it on the water, and I have really good news. I do not think it's actually leaking at all. There seems to be zero water in the boat outside of the water that I put in it, just getting in it. And honestly, this feels really good. I will say, every single piece of wood in this boat, including the transom, needs to be completely redone. In fact, I've already gotten about 20 splinters in my butt cheeks. I keep tightening the transom clamps, but they keep going tighter and tighter because the wood is so rotted, it just keeps sinking deeper and deeper into it. So hopefully we don't lose 2 motors in this video. Ugh, now I see why they kept those crusty seats. Every time I move, I get new splinters in my thighs. Oh, this wood is so bad. Please stay on the transom.
So many splinters going in my cheeks. Ouch. It's like a gaggle of jet skis.
Man, that 9.8 would have cooked.
Oh, we got wake boats coming. We gotta go.
Oh, yeah, baby. Abandoned boat is a success. The motor, not so much. The most painful ride of my life, but it's awesome. Dude, I don't think there's any water getting in this thing at all. And the 5 horsepower pushes it great. The hull, good. The rest of the boat, honestly terrible. Let's check it out. All right, let's do a little bit of an inspection. First of all, ouch, this is, oh my gosh, yeah, you can see, look how much flex there is when I sit down. I feel like I'm going to go under any second. And also, the flotation foam underneath here is trying to make its way through, but I have poked it, I have prodded it, it is not waterlogged. So actually I think all of the foam and all of these little boxes underneath it are actually good to go, but the benches themselves are completely shot. They'll just give you nothing but splinters, and they are brutal. So definitely gonna have to replace those. As you can see, the actual condition of the bottom of the hole is very dirty. It's gonna need a pretty serious cleaning, a pretty serious power washing, and the transom, well, the transom ain't pretty. Yeah, look at that. That thing is gonna crumble any second. Oh gosh. That's really bad. In fact, I think we've definitely made it worse since we've started today, but all this water is from me originally. Good thing it doesn't leak, which is pretty crazy. It does have a curved floor because it is a Mod V, so it's like flat in the rear, and then it gets, oh my gosh, dude. That bench feels like it's gonna disintegrate. Got some old fuel stuff. Got a couple of these Bass Pro paddles. We've got like a just absolutely wood rotted stadium seat. That is disgusting. Oh, what a treat. This seat right here is supposed to go back there. You can see the little connector for it, but the back one ripped out, so we can't use it. And of course, you've got the seat all the way up on the bow in the same condition, but man, that wood is just sketchy. Oh gosh. Oh, I feel like they're gonna snap. I don't really want to put my butt in that. Yeah, my butt's been through a lot worse, who am I kidding? Okay. It actually feels pretty solid. Oh, the wood is completely split up here. But I mean, as for now, the seat fits pretty good. This is actually the best seat in the house. Dang, yeah. The only thing is though, I really only need this boat for fishing, and I would either have to deck it to add a trolling motor or just clamp on like a tiller mount up here. I guess maybe I could use the auto boat, but then the person sitting up here would have some trouble. Well, I guess they could just sit back there, get rid of this seat. I don't know, man, this thing needs some serious work. The biggest appeal to me was that it came with a 10 horsepower, 9.8. Yeah, I just don't think it's economical to chase those issues, especially when the parts that you probably need don't exist anymore. But I gotta say, I'm having a lot of fun for not a lot of money. And keep in mind, this wouldn't be possible without a spare, $2,000 2025 motor. So if you were in this situation, you didn't have a backup motor, well, you do got a couple of these bad boys. The only thing I have to re-enter on is those wood benches, and something tells me I'm going to get a lot of splinters, but looking underneath the boat here, I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I really don't think this thing has any leaks, which is kind of unbelievable. All right, I have no idea how I'm gonna get back in this thing though. Actually, no idea. Oh my gosh, this thing feels like it's gonna tip. That was so sketchy. I, for a second there, thought the whole thing was gonna flip. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did not do it when this boat weight came. I think I literally would have flipped it. That's kind of scary. That was like 5 seconds past. I'm having a blast for a big old zero. Although the whole motor thing, okay, we're technically like $300-400 in. Let's call it $300 in. Let's give this thing another rip to the ramp, shall we? And then figure out how much all of this is gonna cost and what the heck we're gonna do about it. I really am having just so much fun right now. We're not docking this thing, we're gonna beach it. Oh yeah, we're on it. It's so light. My gosh, that boat is getting cooked right now. You hear that? It's that wake boat. Holy smokes. Oh, dude, it's swamping that boat. That boat is getting swamped right now. All right, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it went on absolutely perfectly. And that is what that wake boat did. Completely swamped the stern of this thing, That's why I probably should have docked it, but it's all right. Gosh, you get a lot of water really quickly. Goodness. Other than that, I would say this was a grand slam. Well, minus the motor situation. So the motor, we're already down like $300. Whether I have to try to source parts used on eBay or get a parts motor that may or may not have what I need, there's $300 right there. Between all 3 wood benches and of course this wooden transom right here, that is brutal. Yeah, that's bad. We're looking at marine grade plywood plus the tools to do it. And that's probably gonna be another 100, 150 maybe, I don't know. Not 100% sure on that one. The flotation foam is good, but then you're gonna need new hardware for all of this. So we're probably, new seats. These seats are absolutely shot, so definitely gonna need some new seats. The inside's gonna need power washed, and you're gonna have to put in some serious elbow grease on kind of getting it down to raw aluminum, polishing it, making it look like a good boat again. Well, we'll do maybe $10 on the bunks, and maybe, let's just say, to play it safe, $100 on new wheels. I mean, I don't know, off the top of my head, we're probably looking at $600. It always ends up being more, whether it's tools, and I'm not even factoring in my time. So I don't know, we're looking at probably a $600 bring it back to how it should be before doing any sort of modifications on that. Should I just sell the boat and trailer and use that to buy something else cool? I've really been wanting to soup up a vintage jet ski. There's all sorts of crazy boats on Marketplace for about $1,000 that I've never even heard of that I think would make great videos. So what do you think? Do we restore and do a full build on this? So, I mean, if you want to see that, we'll do that. But if you want to see me use this money to buy something else even weirder on Marketplace, Put it in the comments below. What should I do? And if I should buy something else, what should I buy? I really want a vintage jet ski, soup it up, make it sick, but we'll see. Anyway, as always, all the glory goes to our Father in heaven, tight lines, and God bless.